Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! And today, for a very special patron edition of Brood War Remastered, we've got Soulkey versus Bisu here on Fighting Spirit. Top left-hand corner, we've got the White Protoss player Bisu playing under his Smurf name of NA First. Is that a North America reference? I'm not entirely sure. And in the bottom right, we have the Teal Zerg player. It is Soulkey. I think Soulkey is making his debut on my channel, you guys. I do not have any Soulkey replays as part of everything I have found out on Liquipedia, out, I guess, is that, no, just teamliquid.net, rather, and out on the Foreign Brood War Discord server. So, let's see how he does against Bisu. I've had people tell me that Soulkey is an excellent Zerg player. I haven't seen him play a lot, to tell you the truth, but I trust the recommendations of those people who know. Anyway, probe scouting here, going the right way because it's cross-spawn positions, is Bisu's probe. And let's see what Soulkey does. Yeah, this is his official Smurf name. Locke. Wait, I mean, not really an official Smurf name. Nobody has an official Smurf name, but this is one of his Smurf names. I got this replay off of bwreplays.com. I guess that's the second part, as we did go for about a 12 pool there. Yeah, overpool. Yeah, obviously the Overlord popped out. So going for something that is a little bit aggressive, but nothing too insane here, as the gas is not coming up and the pool wasn't earlier than that, etc., etc. We've seen this on the channel recently. We're interested to see what Soulkey's going to do with it, though, as the Forge is on the way, just in case he does need some cannons, and he probably will. Right? You don't go for this pool timing if you're not going to make some Zerglings to cruise across the map, and definitely Soulkey's going to do it. But yeah, bwreplays.com, under these names, I checked the Smurf list just to make sure that BW Replays knew what they were doing, because they labeled it as Bisu versus Soulkey, and this is what we ended up with. So, man, the block on the expansion here is kind of insane out of Bisu. I like it a lot. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. He's tried a couple times now to toss it down, and Bisu's just playing with him. Just absolutely playing with him here. I mean, we'll pull up health bars, and the probe's taking hits, obviously, but the timing is so delayed, and it's delayed further, and now the probe just has to go. He thought about jumping in there again, but he might die. It was a little bit close, so let's just not worry about it. And now the Lings are out, and now the probe's like, well, I mean, I could go home, and I could stay here and scout and make sure there's not a quick lair. There's still no gas, obviously, because there's not a lair. And the wall is in existence, and it's coming up. There are 6 Lings on the way, and that should be it. There's a drone over here somewhere. I see you. Trying to go for a quick third, which is, I like it a lot, man. If your opponent's going for a Forge Fast Expand, as though it's happening here with Bisu, not that Soulkey knows what this is, but he's making some guesses, and he's taking his third base now at 3 minutes, which is great. I really wish more Zerg players would do this. So Soulkey already doing awesome stuff. I like it a lot here. Some probes hanging out, and 6 Lings can't break this. They're not going to break it, not with the probes sacrificing their bodies, not with an extra wall here. This cannon's already up. You don't need an extra cannon for 6 Zerglings. 1 cannon will do. If you're Bisu, maybe if you're not Bisu, bad things can happen. But finally taking his gas now is the Zerg player. Bisu working on a Cyber Core and his first gas back home. And just really probing up at this stage. We're going into something of a macro-style game, obviously. And once again, the Lings are just here to make sure that no Zealots can easily move out and get across the map without him seeing it. That's what these guys are. They're map control. And Bisu's fine with that. He's fine with map control, living with the Zerg player for now, at least until he can get maybe a Corsair out, or maybe get some DTs out across the map, maybe some Dragoons with some Zealot pressure. Anyway, we'll see where we go. So hit that like button if you're enjoying the games on the channel. Come back, resource tab. There you go. We caught you again. You know, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome aboard. I do these 5 times a week. 5 times Brood War, and then 6 times a week StarCraft 2. And then I stream at twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin StarCraft 2, and I do more Brood War stuff every Sunday here on YouTube, and it's a whole thing. It is a lot of StarCraft content coming out of the channel here, and thanks everyone who has supported me over the years. I've been doing this for almost 5 years now, and it doesn't feel that long in some ways, and it feels like a long time in others. But yeah, it's definitely a Stargate. There we go, out of the Protoss, which really should not be a surprise to Soulkey at all. He is going for a lair at the natural base, which is fine. This is the same probe. This is the same probe that denied the natural base, and he's really just causing fits here for Soulkey. Bisu, you're disgustingly good. I don't know what else to tell you here. Jump, 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 jump. Jump. Got it. Got it. Nailed it. Alright, so let the Corsair production begin, and it's got to be a Hydralisk gen based on that timing, yeah. You don't have time to get a Spire. You need something that can hit air now, and Spires take approximately 8,000 minutes to complete. So Hydras it's going to be. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Hydras. They are better at killing stuff on the ground than Scourge are, without question. But Scourge are a little cheaper, a little easier to ward off Corsairs with, and that allows you to macro up a little bit better. The Hydralisk choice tells me we're going to see some aggression. A little bit more aggression here out of Soulkey than perhaps Bisu would want. You really don't want Hydra showing up at your wall here and murdering your forge, especially if you're trying to get upgrades, as Bisu is here. But I don't know. I haven't seen Bisu lose to anything like that, honestly, maybe ever in the channel. He's just good. He's so consistently good. His PvZ is disgusting. I want to know what his win percentage is in professional ZVPs across all time, but Hydras are moving out, man. They're going for the speed upgrade first. Which is interesting. Usually you want to go for the range upgrade first, so you can actually sit back here and hit this gateway without getting smashed in the face by the cannon. Without the range upgrade, that's hard, if not impossible to do. But yeah, the Corsair also scouts the presence of a million Hydralisks, and immediately what you want to do is go for a Templar Archives, which Bisu is not doing. But you can also just go for Zealots with legs and +1 attack, which is what is happening. I hear you. What is that? There's your gateway. Okay, additional cannons. Overlord does get killed. Wow, that one has 2 kills. It's not too shabby. But, okay, see that? Yeah, you do need the range upgrade to hit that gateway. No, you know what? He's barely able to creep in there and get it. Even without range. And he's not going for range. He's getting the Lurker aspect upgrade, which is kind of awesome right now. I like what Soulkey's doing, friends. I'm liking this a lot. Overlords are dying back here, which is a problem. These Hydras could probably save them if they wanted, but they're busy doing other stuff. The gateway is going to die. There's really no saving it. And sooner rather than later for Bisu, these are going to be Lurkers. And I know you have detection available, which is great. But if you can't get out your front door because Lurkers are sitting here, you're going to have a bad time. Yeah. I mean, this is 24 workers for Soulkey. This is as all-in as you're going to get on 3 bases. He's not making drones. He's only making Hydralisks. He's working on transporting. He's gonna Lurker drop. He's gonna Lurker drop all over the Protoss. All right, Soulkey. Do it, man. I need to find more of your replays if we're going to do stuff like this in your ZVPs. All right, so the Lurkers are here. The Overlords are ready to go. And I just don't know how you don't know what this is, you know? Is that a cannon? He's not getting any detection inside his main base, though, nor does he have a robotics facility. Dude, if these Corsairs die, and, I mean, they don't even have to die. If these Corsairs just have to be kept away from these Overlords, the Lurkers come in, burrow in, and that's it. Like, the main base is dead. Is that a cannon? Okay, finally starting a cannon. Finally worried about the potential of Lurkers to drop inside his main base here. And that's it. The Zealots can only watch impotently as this happens. Are they on hold position? They were on hold position. How strange. And then when the Lurkers burrow, you just get out. And then you burrow more Lurkers in. Okay, this is great. I'm really, really liking this. This is really stupidly good stuff. A little bit of some miss micro there out of a Soulkey down that way. He's also supply blocked. He is all-inning, you guys. He is sitting on 24 drones, and he's happy to do so. If he starts droning up, we'll know maybe things will change, but this is an absolutely... I'm trying to do this thing, and I'm trying to win with it. And here come the speed lots out, though, to deal with the naughty Hydralisks that are sitting out here on his front door. And I'm telling you, they can chase Hydras away. They can, so the Lurkers are a problem. Oh, that extra drop of Hydras in the main base is a problem, too. Dude, getting... Okay, I mean, the cannon, focusing the cannons down is actually probably a fantastic use of Hydralisks right now, because then the Lurkers can just burrow up in here, and the main base is dead. So, Lurker burrow, Lurker gets up, and that's it. Your income is toast in the main base. But again, he's got the natural that he's happy to mine at for the time being. He's still way up in worker count. His income is okay, but his main base is a wreckage of Hydralisks and Lurkers, and dead Zealots and buildings are going to die here too. Zealots are trying to get in, but I mean, I don't know what... There is an observer in production. Where's that robotic? He finally built a robotics facility. Oh, he does have another observer. Never mind. He got the observer faster than I thought he would, and it does shut down the Lurker attack. A bunch of probes die, but a bunch of them did manage to escape here. This lurker ends up with a single kill. Oh, man. Oh, man. I think Bisu has this, you guys. He's up 34 to 23. He's at 2 bases to 3. Worker count is higher. Can these Zealots hang on with these Hydras would be the question. Or is the follow-up just too much? Did that probe death, the amount of probes that died there, was that too much for Bisu to come back from? That's what we're going to see here. There's still not any Storm. There's just a million cannons at the natural base, which surprisingly, a million cannons do well against Hydras, especially if they're 0-0. Especially if they're 0-0. Bisu's doing a great job sharking around with these Corsairs, trying to find Overlords to kill, and not dying to the Hydralist, right? That is the key here. Storm's on the way from Bisu. Once Storm finishes up, that might just be it for Soulkey here with his Lurker Hydra attack. He does not have a Queen's Nest. He doesn't have a Hive. He's not going to have one soon, it doesn't feel like. Just waiting for drops. That's what these Zealots exist for. I mean, they are excellent drop prevention. Bisu's just so stupidly patient, though. Look at him. He's just, I'm just, gonna work on Storm, get some High Templar out, time it so that they're ready to go when Storm's done, and let this Forge die. It's not really that important to me at all. Still 23 drones here from Soulkey. It's just the longer this goes on, the worse it is for the Zerg player. I'm looking at it right now. Lurker does drop in range of a cannon and gets, I don't know, a spine off. I think a couple probes died there, maybe 3. We're looking at that worker count closely enough. But, yeah, I don't like it. I really don't like what we're seeing here from Soulkey. The Overlord does get an unload. Oh, out of range and back protected. Holy smokes. The Zealots can't get in here. What a stupid move out of Soulkey. These were put up so that nothing could get back here behind the mineral line, but it's actually backfired on the Zerg player. Thankfully, Storm is out. So you can kill this guy. The Hydra's jumping on the cannons, taking the opportunity. A bit of an opportunity, maybe. I don't actually know. Storm does kill the one Lurker. The other one is still back here. There's Storm 1 to kill him, but the income for Bisu is 1 base in it right now, and that is horrible for him. Lurkers against the Zealots. Hydra's in the mix here too, trying to bait the Zealots into the Lurkers without getting shots off on the Hydralisk. This is really good stuff out of Soulkey. I'm kind of appreciating it a lot. The Zealots, again, are fantastic unless there are a bunch of Lurkers involved. A bunch of Lurkers involved, because actually in smaller numbers, Zealots crush Lurkers. They do a great job with it. DT is out. Okay, DT could be a problem, but there's detection available. This Lurker is still back here, still denying all of the mining time. All of it. Finally able to drop a Zealot back and shut it down. Well played. Is this another attempted drop back here? Oh my gosh, it is. It's another attempted Lurker. Thinks about it, decides not to. Decides maybe to find a better place to hide. That might be a decent... I mean, at least burrow. Okay, didn't burrow. That's a problem. And the Overlord's going to die. And I don't think there's anything in him anyway, so it's cool. That was well defended by Bisu. This game is nuts! This game is crazy talk. Still, I'd like to point out we're sitting at 23 drones. This is a build from Soulkey. He is intending to kill Bisu on the 2 bases here. Make good trades, not make any more than 20 whatever drones he's got. I guess he is expanding again, so perhaps he's planning on something a little bit later on. But again, Bisu's in control. He's got Storm, and Storm, when your opponent has Hydra Lurker, is such an advantage. Without Storm, Lurker Hydra just wins every game. But with Storm, Protoss has the upper hand against this composition. It's nuts. It's insanity. Look at this. Look at the Storms. The Corsair's actually taking some hits. There's an Archon in the mix, which I'm not a huge fan of with this many Hydras running around. Obviously, he doesn't have upgrades because you don't get upgrades, right? Yeah, when you're sitting on 23 drones. Oh, wow. DT made it down to the 3rd base, wiped out a bunch of his workers there, so he's down to 18 now. These 2 bases are not super happy. A Zealot makes it away into the main base and in the natural base, and you're not breaking this at all. No, 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 no. Not with Hydra Lurker, you're not. Not with anything, maybe you're not. And Bisu weathered the storm, and I think that's it. I'm looking at it, and I've seen this story too many times before. Yeah, Soulkey did his best, but he does tap out at exactly 15 minutes, sitting on 17 drones after a 15-minute game. I mean, we've seen this before, right? I feel like we have seen this before recently. And a lot. If you can't kill the Protoss player before they get stormed, basically you're dead. You got too many drones. Too much tech. And yeah, this is the result. This is always the result, man. Storm comes out. The hiders are not as good as they used to be at all. Even Archon's in the mix to deal with the lurkers a little bit, and you're going to have a good day. 104 to 38 supply. I mean, Bisu even lost the ability to mine from his main base for probably a combined 3 minutes in this game, and it didn't matter. He was fine. He was fine. 40 workers, 2 bases. He knows this is an all-in. He smelled it. He handled it. It was scary for a minute. The drops were really problematic until he got the observer out, but he got the observer out sooner than I thought he had. Shuts it down. Shuts down another beautiful attempt from Soulkey, and just breaks out. This is why Bisu is the best Protoss player of all time. He is, without question. Just the best Protoss player for Brood War of all time is for games like this. Maybe it's unfair for me to put Soulkey against Bisu. Is it unfair? It might be unfair. Anyway, 153 Zerg units produced, 119 Protoss, ends up killing a 2-to-1 ratio. Does the Protoss player, which, again, that's how you win games. Bunch of Protoss buildings died, actually, but it didn't matter in the end. And then resources here, more gas mined from the Zerg. But the minerals mined goes to the Protoss. Total spent goes to the Protoss because of the 2 fully saturated bases the whole time. And that helps. It helps to make good trades. And that's it. So, all right. Well, you know what? Fun game. Really great stuff from Soulkey. I was impressed by the stuff that he did. And this might be a bit of an older replay, too. Maybe newer Soulkey is better. But, yeah, Bisu still has the chops. And he always, always will, it feels like. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.